The wind is whipping through here. It's not snowing much, but it's whipping through here enough to rock my car. I think it's going to be a really, really cold one. It's in the 20s. So we're going to make chili. And I'm a little sad about it being so cold. And it's dark out. Sorry about that. But when we get home from work, we're going to make some chili. And I will take you along for that process. But I'm also really sad about this cold weather because it was warm. We had like some 50 degrees, some 40 degrees. I was good with like 40 something. Now we're in the 20s again. All right, so we got a small little grocery haul so we can make chili. And then we grabbed a few little things. And then we also went to TJ Maxx. So they had their corn chips. I thought it was a great deal. 3 for $6. Turns out they were only 19 cents off per bag. Still, 3 bags of corn chips for $6. Aaron wanted some Captain Crunch. And then we got some of the light and crispy Belgian waffle mix. Because we went to TJ Maxx and got that. The waffle maker. We got the chocolate fudge. I thought my husband got those for himself, but he heard fudge when I wanted the hot fudge sundae ones for the kids. So we got those, but they'll eat them. We got the s'mores Pop-Tarts and then the hot fudge sundae. A thing of caramel bunnies, milk chocolate with caramel bunnies. And then we mostly went for the stuff for chili. So I have tomato juice and stewed tomatoes downstairs, but we got a thing of the petite diced tomatoes. We got some grillin beans, the steakhouse recipe. And for chili, we got 2 things of the Bush's black beans. We got light red kidney beans. And Aaron found this sweet and smoky chipotle pinto beans. And so we're going to try this in our chili. Every time I make chili, it's a little bit different. Different beans, different meats, different. I've never made chili the exact same, so hopefully that'll be good. We got 2 things of pinto beans to put in it. And then we're going to do the Bush's Best Chili Magic Classic Homestyle Chili Mix. And it says mild. And then I also got the northern beans. I love these. I love the glass jar of northern beans. I don't know what it is about this particular jar, but the flavor of these northern beans always is in my chili. Like this and black beans are in every chili I make. And then I found this freeze-dried ice roast coffee. And I'm going to try this because I spend a lot of money between the actual Starbucks restaurant or coffee house, whatever you want to call it, and buying the Starbucks iced coffee in the grocery section. And so if this is good, maybe I'll switch to this because the price of this is like 85 cups for this versus 1 bottle, which does 5, maybe 6 if I don't put too much coffee in it. So I'm going to try that. I do have a little bit of coffee left in the fridge, though, so I'm not opening that yet. So we went to TJ Maxx. I need jeans for work, and the one in Hastings had a pair, and I bought them. They were $12. I liked them, but they only had one. So I thought, oh, let's go to another TJ Maxx while we were in Battle Creek, and they did not have any. They did not have any at all. But I've been looking at waffle makers, and they're really expensive, like $60, $70, $100+. This one here was $30, and it's Star Wars. My son loves Star Wars, and the only reason I've been looking for a waffle maker was my youngest son asked for waffles, but we don't have a waffle maker. And I said if I come across a cheap one, well, $30 is the cheapest I've come across one, and it's Star Wars, and he loves Star Wars, so why not? And then I grabbed these little stainless steel blades, knives, and they were $3.99 for a 6-pack. So I thought that'll be great, especially with spring coming on. Do a lot of grilling and everything like that. Like I like tomatoes, and these will cut through new. And then I also got the oregano basil tomato spice blend. I've only come across this one other time, and I've gone through about 2 of them, and I've gone through the whole one plus a little bit of the other one, and I kind of hold off on using it, but I add this to my tomato sauce, especially if I buy tomato sauce, like pasta sauce from the store, because I feel like there's never enough seasoning. This stuff is great in all your pasta sauces. And then I have a niece who has a baby has a baby, and he's going to be a year old. And so we got this cute little, it says 12-month on it, and I did turn it on to make sure it worked. And I thought it was adorable, but it makes the little noises like the zebra, a violin. It doesn't say what it is, but the umbrella, I think that's the sound for rain. I don't know, but it talks and it lights up, and I just thought, oh.
Vocabulary lessons.
There you go, vocabulary lessons. All right. So we got that. And then I got her for $14.99 a Nike shorts and t-shirt. And I did get him 18 months instead of the 12 months because he's 12 months now and it's only March. So, you know, the summer will be a little bit later and I want to make sure they fit. And I thought these were adorable for $14.99. They say compare 19. So normally 20 bucks, but I got them for like $5 off. But that is what we got. Now we will get into making some chili. All right, so in this pan, I've got 2 pounds of burger, 1 pound of breakfast sausage, because that's what I had, and a pound of bacon. So we've got 4 pounds of meat in here. And then I put 2 heaping tablespoons of garlic, some dehydrated bell peppers, and some dehydrated yellow onion that I dehydrated. And we are going to do the whole thing of northern beans, and I drained and rinsed these. And then we are going to do 1 whole thing of the light kidney beans. Again, they were drained and rinsed. And the black beans, all my beans that can be drained and rinsed were drained and rinsed. And then a can of the pinto beans. And then we are going to add this sweet and smoky chipotle beans. I did not drain this. I wanted all of the seasonings that they put in with it. And then a can of the Bush's Magic. I might end up putting a second can of that, we'll see. And then we're going to put this heaping 28 ounces of tomatoes. I'm actually going to pour it into this to kind of get some more of the seasonings out of this jar. And I am going to add chicken broth. I have most of a container here. I think I used a whole, like 1 cup of it. So there's like about 3 cups of chicken broth going in there. And then as this cooks throughout the day, in about an hour, when everything cooks down a little bit more, I'm going to add tomato juice to just fill it up. If I can get it mixed up. And then there was also salt and pepper, quite a bit of salt and pepper actually. I shook and shook and shook and shook. And then we are going to add chili. If I can find it. We got taco. Oh, maybe I don't have chili seasoning. Nope, never mind. Okay. So we have the mild chili seasoning that we're going to add to this. And we add quite a bit of chili seasoning. This one I don't bother putting into a container because every time I do, I'll just end up using like half of the container at a time. And then my husband will always add more of the chili seasoning to his bowl when he pours it out because he likes it really seasoned. And I mean, I like it seasoned, but not to the extent that he does. All right, that is it. We're gonna let that sit there and let that cook. And we're gonna put this on low for, it'd be good after, you know, it's pretty much warm. Everything in it is essentially cooked, but we like to cook it for at least 4 to 6 hours before we eat it. And then we will top it with sour cream and cheese, and it'll go over corn chips. Also, I forgot the jar of tomatoes. They're just crushed tomatoes from the garden. We forgot to add the crushed tomatoes. Can't forget the crushed tomatoes from the garden. Gotta have that in there. My husband doesn't like big chunks of tomatoes, so we always do like crushed. I will do whole tomatoes sometimes so that he can pick out the big chunks, and then he'll just give them to me. All right, now I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like when it is done and in a bowl.
All right, so we're on top of Fritos with sour cream and shredded some cheese. I kept them a little bit separate so you could see. And that's how mine looks. But if you like what you're watching, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, all the good stuff. Have a good rest of your day.